Hello and welcome back. This is a fourth grade math video, and today's focus is going to be on how to multiply numbers that end in zeros. Okay, here's the first example we're going to do together, and we can set this up and multiply it the traditional way, but I'm going to show you a shortcut or a little trick that applies only when numbers end in zeros like this. Let's say we need to multiply 7 times 8,000. So that's a big number. We're not used to multiplying numbers that big yet. But what we can do is we can start, and this is the trick, by focusing on the numbers that are not zeros. So 7 and 8. So 7 times 8 is 56. So I could write that right here, 56. Now what I could do is add the same amount of zeros as we have in the problem to the end of that 56. So since we have 3 zeros here, I would need to add those to the end of the 56. And then that would be my answer. My answer for this is 56,000. Okay, here's the next one. We're going to multiply 3 times 100. And again, I could set this up with 100 on top times 3 and use the standard algorithm. But for this one, since it's involving numbers ending in zeros, I can use the shortcut trick. So what I want to do is focus on the numbers first that are not zeros, or the digits that are not zero. That would be 3 and 1. Well, 3 times 1 is 3, so I'm going to write that down. Then I'm going to add as many zeros as I have in the problem to the end of this answer. So I'm going to go ahead and take these 2 zeros from the 100 and add them to the end of that first part of the multiplication. So 3 times 100 equals 300. Okay, here's our next one. We're going to take 70 times 9. So again, I'm going to start by focusing on the digits that are not zero. That would be 7 and 9. And I'm going to multiply those. 7 times 9 is 63. So I'm going to write that right there. Then I'm going to add as many zeros as I had in the problem to the end of the 63. In this case, it's just the 1 0 right there. So I'm going to add that 1 0 to the end. And my final answer would be 630. Okay, here's our next one. I'm going to focus on those non-zero digits. 6 times 6, which is 36. And then I'm going to add as many zeros as I had in the problem to the end of that 36. In this case, that's going to be 1. So I'm going to add that 1 here. So my answer here would be 360. Okay, here is my last example for today's video. I'm going to focus on those digits that are not zeros. That would be 2 and 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then I'm going to add as many zeros as I had in the problem to the end of the 4. In this case, I had 2 zeros here for that 200. So I'm going to add those 2 zeros here. And then my answer would be 400. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope I get to see you again soon.